Hey everybody, Greg here coming to you with another episode of Greg's Bonsai, and today we're going to be going over Lemon Tree B, one of my tall ones that I've been letting grow full. And I kind of watched back on my last video and I said, oh, you know, in the winter I'm going to cut this thing back and put it down. Now I just kind of left it in the back of my grow tent and kind of just let it get the sun over the winter. Didn't touch it and brought it back outside here. About a month ago. So we're in the beginning of June and warming up, getting the nice sun outside and starting to grow. So we've got about, I would say, maybe a half a foot extra build on here, maybe not even that. But we are starting to see a little bit more growing out, and we'll get to that here as we go on. But you can kind of see I'm pretty far back from this guy recording it, and I've kind of zoomed all the way out just to kind of give you an idea of the size of this thing. You can kind of see I had my tape measure out on the side there, but just over 3 feet, like almost 3.5 feet now. I think last time I said it was about 3 feet in November for that video before we put it away for the year. But we'll kind of just go in here and kind of just get a nice zoom in shot and just kind of go start from the bottom and work our way up just to kind of see the structure and go from there. So here we go. And before we really start here, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And make sure to subscribe when you can if you want to keep seeing these videos. My Lemon Tree series is usually one of my favorites watched by the audience. A lot of people come to watch it. And I intend to bonsai this guy eventually. You're going to be saying, Greg, this is not a bonsai tree. And that is true, okay? I'm just kind of letting it get older here. We're pretty much a year now in on this plant. And I'm just trying to let it grow, get a little older, more mature, and then we're gonna probably cut like down here, okay? And go from there. So let me just start going in here from the bottom. Still in the same pot as last time. You can go back onto my video series here. This is part of a playlist on my channel. And usually I try to make a compilation video of these guys as well, just to kind of show the progress as we go. So we're still in this number 2 pot, about 1.5 gallons. And I did fertilize this a little bit ago when I started putting these guys outside, just to kind of feed them. I give them a nice citrus feed. And this guy's actually in some citrus. I know somebody asked on one of my other videos what kind of soil I use. This is kind of a mixture of some regular soil that I have here at home and a mixture with citrus soil. You can kind of see these nice big chunks. It really helps drain. I like to have nice draining soil for these guys, and that's really helped with this guy growing. So if you guys use different soil, let me know. But this seems to work really well. I used a little bit of my own soil here, some topsoil, and also some citrus soil that has these bigger pieces. That just really does help drain a lot better. Now, if you compare to our last view, this trunk line is thickening up pretty well. We're about, we're bigger than a number 2 pencil now. So you can kind of see from my finger the difference in thickness now, but it's definitely hardened up, okay? Not flexible really at all, not like these guys up here, not like these branches. And these branches are still coming out from the bottom, and these leaves are doing really nice. A couple of them yellowing up, but that might just be from some age. Don't think it's really from anything else, because a lot of these newer leaves are greener. So I think this is just some age showing here, because again, this is a year old. And I think we'll just see them shedding and bringing out some new growth here as we come along. But even this little branch area here is starting to thicken up a little bit. Not as thin as what they used to be. So that's really cool. And we do have a lot of new growth here since last year. You can see these new smaller leaves. Let me see if I can focus in on that. You can see these new smaller leaves coming in here, and it's really neat to see the progress from something this size to, you know, something ginormous like this leaf here, or even this one here. I think I made a comparison. I said, look at the size of this, you know, these leaves here, the size of my finger, and then kind of going up to the size of my hand. So really nice to see new growth, collecting more sunlight, getting more energy, building it in and thickening up this trunk, and just kind of adding to the taper that we're seeing as we go up this trunk line. So it's really nice to see that. And eventually, like I said, I kind of was going a little too fast here last year and thinking, oh, I'm just going to cut this down and make this small right away. I think I'm going to go another year here. So afterwards in this coming winter, and I'm going to say that and watch I don't do it. Part of me wants to make this guy and my other big lemon tree just kind of bigger ones, you know, and make them a little bit bigger of a bonsai. You know, not the small kind, but the bigger kind. I know there's a name for it, and forgive me for not knowing that off the top of my head. But I know there are some that, you know, you kind of make more of a, you know, showpiece like that. But we have that branch coming off the left, coming off the right, and another one coming up the left. We saw this on the last video, but you can kind of just see how this has matured and changed, and just kind of seeing how the leaves are kind of growing here. It's kind of nice to see the leaves turning out and wanting to collect that light. And then I remember this guy here, you can kind of see the leaf is bent. This was like this on my last video, but I think there was a leaf actually covering that before. But that's gone, and now this guy is just getting as much light as possible. And that's kind of where you see these guys grow bigger. You know, they're just trying to get that light. But even on this branch on the side, we got these really tiny, let me see if I can get under there. Got these really tiny leaves coming in, and it's really cool to see them bright and shiny and full of that life and wanting to come out. And then they kind of just turn into this more dull look, which is kind of interesting to see. And we just kind of continue to go up, and you can see those thorns on the trunk line. So that's really cool to see. I always love that. Don't poke them. They are sharp. They will hurt. Not cool. And it's interesting to kind of just also see some holes in the leaves. I guess some bugs are getting to these finally. But it's really nice to also see this trunk developing bark and just kind of getting brown instead of that green as well. So not much in the area of growth from the bottom area that we saw in the last video up here. But as we start going up a little bit more in the trunk, and we get those, I like to call them zigzags as we go up to the left and right and left and right. Just like in the last video. It's kind of cool characteristic to see that. I'm interested to see as this guy grows and gets bigger and older in the next year, to see if this kind of straightens out as the line tapers and thickens up a little bit. And if not, no big deal here to me. I think it shows some really cool character on this tree. But, you know, what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments section. I think it's really neat. And as we finally get up, we see some really cool spikes coming out, thorns coming out on the side underneath these leaves. And again, these are to protect the tree. This is a defensive mechanism. You have a lot of birds and whatnot, animals trying to take the lemons off the tree. So the tree has actually developed a security system after all these years just to try and defend itself, so that it protects the fruit that comes from it. And again, there's that huge leaf here, really cool. And we start to have another V coming out here with more new growth. So this is considerably new compared to before the winter break. And this whole branch coming out is new growth. So it's kind of cool again to see those shiny leaves coming out. And also another new growth here coming out, and another one right at the top. So we've got a considerable amount of new growth at the canopy level, of this tree currently. So that's really nice to see. And again, this guy is standing up all on its own. About a year ago, I had to put a stake in here and just tie it to it and kind of keep it straight because it was falling over on its own weight. But now that it's strong enough, this guy's doing fantastic. But again, just seeing these natural V's kind of form in here is great. Okay, one there and then turning it, and we got another one there, and we got another one here at the top. So you can kind of see how these small leaves are at the top. Tons of new life, and we're going to start seeing this develop a little bit more over the summer here. I'm interested to see this. I'm going to try and do a monthly video series on this if I can, just to kind of show that that development. So let me know what you think down below in the comments about this guy. This lemon tree is definitely showing signs of new life, which is great. Let me know what you think. If you really like this video, make sure to hit that like button, like I said in the beginning of this video. This is kind of my digital diary of my garden. Like I said, I'm trying to make these guys in the bonsai trees, but the big step in the journey is the first couple or so years of just developing them into actual trees to give them that life, to be able to shrink them down and make them into vibrant, smaller trees and control them. But you're just looking to get that kind of taper. So I'm already seeing some really nice development here. I'm thinking I can get this and this just to kind of build on that. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you think I should be cutting here, if you think I should just let this guy grow. I do have a few other lemon trees that I'm already in bonsai pots at the same age. This guy just came from a lemon from the grocery store, and I got lucky with this seed, and it grew strong. So like I said, make sure to hit that like button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you'd like to see on the channel. I love growing seeds. I've got some seeds kind of incubating right now and growing, but always love trying out something new. And if you really did like this and you want to support the channel a little bit more, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Really helps. I love chatting with my community on my channel, and love seeing what you guys are doing as well. So until next time, guys, this is Greg from Greg's Bonsai. We'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks for watching.